Hey, bless y'all, man. Bless y'all. Bless all the righteous and all those who are seeking and all those that are diligently keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability and doing what it is need to be done that the Most High Yah is requiring of us as a nation, as a people, and individually. I just wanted to get on here and touch on something real quick, and that is I'm starting to see, and I've been seeing it for a while lately. But why is it that when we come into the knowledge of the truth and we hear about Deuteronomy 28 and we start to read it and we read about the curses, right? And it tells you how Yah's people was going to be punished, how Yah's people, what would happen to them if they did not keep his ways, right? Why is it that when you after you read that, you came into the knowledge of the truth, and you start to see your eyes are being open, your ears are being open, and you start to see that, okay, this is me. This is talking about me. This is talking about my ancestors. Why is it that you stay in that state? You stay in that state. It's like you get mad, and you start to get mad, and you start to get angry. For example, when I first came into the knowledge of the truth and I read Deuteronomy 28, the first thing that came into my mind is, man, why after all these years, why have I been lied to? Why have all these things not been told to me, my whole life growing up until this point? And you start to get this anger within you. You start getting mad, and then you hear about Esau, and Esau's the white man, and and the white man has enslaved us and always had it out for us, and you rarely hear people talk about this statement right here, is that this was the Most High's doing. The Most High is the one that sent us into slavery. The Most High is the one that put all these curses on us. The Most High is the one that orchestrated all these things that have befall his people. Because why? Because they chose not to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. Because they chose to turn away and do wickedness, which was right in their own eyes, and not following the ways of Yah. And I see a lot of people that come into this truth, man, and they stay in this mindset of anger. They stay in this mindset of having hate in their heart. And you see a lot of people that come this way, and they claim to be Israel. They say, I'm a Hebrew, I'm an Israelite, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, this, that, and the other. But like the book says, by their fruits you should know them. And when you see these people be out here, whether they be on the street corners, teaching and preaching, or whether they making videos on whatever social media platform, but all you hear from them, the majority of the things that they tell you is the white man did this, the Spaniard man did this, the Caucasian man did this, the Asian man did this. All these other people, they did all this stuff to you. And they don't ever tell you. I've never heard, from the time I've come into the faith to now, I've never heard, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never heard the camps or anyone that talks about this and tells you that if they don't fit within this 12 tribe chart, they can't be saved. They're not getting into the kingdom. Why is it that I've never heard anybody say, now you got to forgive them because it was the Most High that put you in this captivity? I've never heard nobody, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. Me personally, I've never heard it. I've never been a witness of it. So, and I've been in the faith. I've been in the truth for going on 7 years. And I was a part of the camps when I first came in. And they don't ever tell you, when I was in the camps, I never heard, yeah, you got to forgive a white man. Yeah, you got to forgive the Asian man. You got to forgive all these people that done these things wrong to you. When in the grand scheme of things, it was the Most High that did it. And I don't really remember. I'm not saying that it wasn't talked about or preached or anything, but I've never heard to say, hey, you need to forgive your ancestors for them not keeping the law, statutes, commandments, for them turning away. That's why we in the predicament we in now. I rarely to never hear the camps or anybody who talks about, you're always blaming somebody else. You know, and it's crazy. And this is what I don't understand. When the book has so many provisions and it tells us so much in the law, don't vex the stranger. Don't oppress the stranger. Don't hate Esau. Why? Because he is your brother. Don't oppress an Egyptian. Why? Because you were once once a slave in Egypt. And they talk about, can't nobody else be saved unless you fit that 12 tribe chart. Then explain to me Ruth, the Moabite. Explain to me why in 2 Chronicles, why did King Solomon pray for the people that wasn't of Israel? Why did he pray for them and say, why did he pray to the Most High, hey, if they come this way and they come before you and they repent and they turn from their wicked ways, I'm paraphrasing, that's not word for word, and they come to serve you, that hear their prayer from your throne. Then in chapter 7, why does it say the Most High accepted that prayer, that offering? You know what I mean? So why is it that there's so many different provisions and scriptures and testimonies and accounts throughout the whole Bible that talks about these things concerning people of the other nations? Why do you stay in that mindset, in that state of having so much hate in your heart? I rarely see people that come into this truth, whether you in a camp, whatever camp that you're in, you tell the white man, you tell the Asian man, you tell whatever other race, hey man, listen, you need to repent, turn from your wicked ways, come serve the Most High Yah. But it's always the opposite, always hatred. Last time I checked in the word, it says that vengeance is his. So let's stop spreading all this hate. Let's win the souls, win the people, lead the people to the Most High Yah so that they may serve him and hopefully gain salvation. Bless y'all.